going to unpick a few lines and mention China, the big beast. We will talk about China a bit more later, but there is an entire real story about China-Russia relations recorded just before Russia's invasion of Ukraine. So do scroll back in your podcast feed or on BBC Sounds and you'll find it there. So bear that in mind, and we'll come back to it a little bit later in the programme. Untangle the wool, though, a little bit more, and we arrive at a country which has sidestepped international efforts to isolate Russia over its invasion of Ukraine, and that's India. New Delhi hasn't condemned Russian action and has abstained in UN resolutions against Russia. The US President Joe Biden singled India out this week for what he said was their somewhat shaky response so far. Understanding India's position may be made easier by a quick look back at the Cold War. India practiced a foreign policy of non-alignment then. As the Soviet Union and the US battled the spheres of influence, India was among the countries that tried to stay out of the superpower struggle. But the Soviet Union and India had a common interest, countering China, and also a possible US-China partnership. And the USSR was also happy to supply India with Soviet arms at affordable prices, and that particular trade continues until this day. Shaina Chudasama is a spokesperson for India's ruling BJP. She defended India's position.
India has abstained 5 times so far and has stuck to the commitment to the principles of the UN Charter and to international law to respect sovereignty and territorial integrity of all states.
And some might point out that by invading Ukraine in the way that he has, the territorial integrity of Ukraine has already been challenged by Russia.
Well, I don't agree with that. If at all, India's so-called, if you'd like to term it as a balancing act of appeasing both warring factions, should be viewed in totality that, when you have a EU envoy together with a Ukraine envoy in New Delhi, meeting with our senior foreign ministry officials and before the landmark vote in the United Nations General Assembly, we urged everyone to adopt a stronger position on conflict. So if at all, we have been one of the vocal parties saying that we need to have a humanitarian access, we need to ensure that there is no bloodshed.
But by abstaining at the UN in the way that you've described, India's put itself at odds with a strategic partner, the United States, and on the same side as your neighbour with whom there are very tense relations, and that's China.
So, well, if at all, I would like to give a counter-argument saying that, all the European officials working with India certainly understand our position. We are a country that wants peace for one and all. It is important to note that India's position is evolving.
That is Shaina Chudasama from the BJP. India likes to consider itself independent, she says, but is its position really evolving? I asked Siddharth Varadarajan. He's an Indian academic and a founding editor of the online news portal The Wire.
I think there's a lot of pressure on the government of India to shift its stance, but as of now, there seems to be little indication that on the core issue of coming out against Russia's invasion and standing in defense of Ukraine's sovereignty, that India is going to be vocal about this. I know that privately many officials and politicians are not happy with what Russia has done, but there is a sense in which people feel that it's perhaps not India's place to verbalize or to vocalize that kind of criticism.
Just describe the context of India-Russia relations. They go back to the days of the Soviet Union. Why is that relationship so strong and so deep?
I think history is an important factor. 75 years of extremely close political, economic and military-to-military cooperation, weighs very heavily on the mind of a policymaker. But I think more than the history, there is so much happening at the current time in the defense arena, nuclear energy, space, that I think the government is reluctant to rock the boat. Russia still accounts for a huge proportion of technologically advanced weaponry that India buys. There is ongoing cooperation for India's nuclear submarine program. So, there is a sense in which Russia has traditionally, as well as at the current moment, been much more forthcoming in terms of India's technological needs than the US or other Western countries. So there's a sense in which, if I burn my bridges with Russia and the West does not step forward, then I'm left without adequate source of weaponry, adequate source of technology in certain critical areas like civil nuclear. So I think all of these become important factors.
And yet, what is at stake for India potentially if it maintains this position of neutrality and it manages to alienate new allies, a new closer relationship with the United States and possibly with some of those in the European Union?
The boss of P&O
I imagine
arrogant, calling him brazen, calling for him to resign, which was worth saying a message echoed by Labour's Shadow Justice Secretary David Lammy. But in terms of what the government can actually do, we heard him there saying he wants to close some of those loopholes. And there's two things really going on here. One is about the fact that the new workers, the agency workers, are being paid below the minimum wage. And that in part is because they're on international waters. So the UK rules on minimum wage don't apply in the same way. And the second is about the sort of warning and the way this was done without proper consultation with the unions and without proper warning for government and for the workers. And he says he wants to close those loopholes, but that won't necessarily help those 800 people that were so unceremoniously sacked. In fact, Grant Shapps said himself he doesn't know if it will be those 800 specifically, and we know that a lot of them are already accepting payouts. But as I say, the other question for Grant Shapps is about what he knew and when. And there was some suggestion that he knew back in November about these redundancies yesterday after that select committee hearing. But he is saying that that's actually not what this conversation was about. This was a conversation with the parent company of P&O Ferries, company called DP World, and that was about the sort of shape that the business was moving in, the structure of the business. Nothing at all, he says, to do with these mass redundancies that he didn't know about until very shortly before the announcement came. But even so, I think there'll be questions about whether he should have taken that warning more seriously given the current climate. And there'll definitely be questions now about what happens to those 800 people. How will the government help them? And also, how are they going to stop something like this from happening again and other companies acting in similar ways for their own financial benefit at the expense of workers?
Yeah, and as you say there, stopping companies acting in that way is quite difficult when the chief executive says that they've made the active decision not to consult. Ali, thank you very much for your analysis there. Now, North Korean state media have aired footage of a weapon being tested which has the potential to reach the United States. Very dramatically edited video there shows the leader Kim Jong-un celebrating the intercontinental ballistic missile being fired, that you can see on your screens there. Well, analysts say the Hwasong-17 is the largest liquid-fueled missile ever launched by any country from a road mobile launcher. New rules banning virtually all handheld mobile phone use while driving have come into force. From today, anyone caught taking photos, videos, scrolling through playlists or playing games at the wheel faces a maximum fine of £1,000 and 6 points on their licence. The former BBC chairman, Michael Grade, has been announced as the next chair of Ofcom. Lord Grade will now appear before MPs on the Digital, Culture, Media and Sport Committee in a pre-appointment hearing. The Conservative peer has also held senior roles at ITV and Channel 4. An ice shelf the size of Rome has broken away from Antarctica after days of record-breaking temperatures. East Antarctica has been around 40 degrees hotter than usual in recent days. Well, experts say it's one of the most significant ice shelf collapses this century. This is Sky News Today, coming up. Free after 5 long years in prison in Iran. Anousheh Ashouri speaks exclusively to Sky News.
the voice.
Hallelujah. Praise the Lord. The Power Word International presents Doing Good Outreach 2022 Free Medical Screening and Crusade. Theme, Run to Jesus Christ, Your Only Savior. Venue, Avatimne Van, Wednesday, 6th April 2022. Avatimne Amlejofe, Thursday, 7th April 2022. Avatimne Biakba, Friday, 8th April 2022. Avatimne Jongwefemne, Saturday, 9th April 2022. Free medical screening starts at 6 a.m. each day. Crusade starts at 7 p.m. each night. To support this worthy cause financially, kindly contact us on WhatsApp 0044 7851 205626. Email admin@thepowerwordint.co.uk or donate via website at thepowerwordint.co.uk. Run to Jesus Christ, your only Savior.
Run to Jesus Christ. Run to Jesus Christ, beloved. Run. Now is the time. Now is the day. Today is the accepted and appointed season for you to run to Jesus Christ. Run to Jesus Christ. Hallelujah.
PR Interventions amplifies yours. Organized products and categories for easy access and welcome to Gabby Dave Global. We are a UK-based online e-commerce store, the first of its kind with license to trade in African products. Some of the products are clothing brands and all beauty accessories, hair and beauty brands, natural aphrodisiacs, processed and dried unprocessed food. Our mission at Gabby Dave is to connect African and Caribbean businesses to customers globally. At Gabby Dave, we ensure our sellers get the best deal for their products. We are not just here to help you reach a wider audience. We are also a distribution center to support business growth by fulfilling orders to your customers from our warehouse, making sure customers receive their products on time. We are inviting all Black-owned businesses to trade on our platform because we strongly believe Africans have a unique brand the customer would appreciate globally. So get in touch today and let us make your product and business go far. Here are some of the benefits of using Gabby Dave Global. User-friendly platform, track your shipment, online support, transparent process, multiple SKUs, multiple products, a platform that encourages manufacturers as well as traders. Our marketing and PR interventions amplifies yours. Organized products and categories for easy access and navigation. Access to global community, especially within UK and Europe.
By people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission-free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR, S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clemens, the author of How to Go From Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business. The show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Starr Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and in time? You are not sure? Well, Lamb Shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of a prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination in time. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820, or you can visit our website www.welllamb.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamb@gmail.com. Well Lamb Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy.
Check me out.
He tells me my energy is making him tired.
Yes!
How do you get the energy to do
I've been told that I have a lot of energy, but my goodness, I think today I have met my match, people. I have met my match, Miss Suzanne. Wow, amazing.
One of the things that's the start of the
darkness.
The whole of darkness.
So what did that
Myself and the world will adjust. And 2019.
Forget the proverbial boardroom. Join me, Simone Frazier, on The CEO, the program that gives you the driving seat over your life. Every Tuesday, 8 p.m. only on Starr Radio.
Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Pram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Pram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour Show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour Show is your best source into the property industry.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission-free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR, S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clement, the author of How to Go From Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business. The show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Starr Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
It's your mouth. Show them you got the cocoa set. Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy Harry Song, aka Mr. Songs. This is the Kingmaker Baba for the girls. We're here. This is Star Radio. Don't go nowhere. UK, London. We they call them London for who? For here, we they call them London. And that's how you know. Just have fun and stay blessed.
Broadcasting worldwide, online 24/7.
All around the world. In your car,
At work,
at home,
on your smartphone.
This is Star Radio UK.
Are you ready to turn it up?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, your heart is aching. Smile even though it's breaking. When there are clouds in the sky, you get by. If you smile through your fear and sorrow, smile and maybe tomorrow you find that life is still worthwhile. If you just smile. Hey, this is Archie, and you're listening to Star Radio UK and Global. The goodness of God, the goodness of God, the goodness of God is running after me, running after you. And that is how I want to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good dawn to you, wherever you might be on planet Earth. Those of you on other planets as well, we want to salute you and welcome you to the Friday edition of the morning show. Today is the 25th day of March, the year 2022. With a time now, 10:41 from the House of London. I say a massive good morning to my colleagues, Mr. Frank Davis, Mr. Olayomi Kojo D, and Mr. Tabiri, CEO of GIL Accountancy Services, to the one and only
able producer Mr. Francis Guy. I salute you all, gentlemen. But a special good morning goes to Felix all the way in Aberdeen. Felix, I hope you are doing very well. Long time no here. Mr. Kofi Ali Abdul Yakin, I salute you. And to all you wonderful people who have tuned in this morning to listen to us as you normally do, we want to welcome you to today's edition of the morning show. Those of you in the US, those of you in America, those of you in Asia, those of you in Europe, those of you in Australia, those of you on the African continent, especially my lovely Nigerian listeners, Ghana, Liberia, Zimbabwe, Uganda, especially those of you on Radio Tiso in Uganda. I salute each and every one of you, especially those of you in South Africa as well. I hope you are all doing very, very well. And I beseech you, my brethren, by the mercies of God, share the broadcast with your friends and loved ones and invite them to like our pages. I remain yours sincerely, the one and only.
This is the morning with Archie.
And let me say a special good morning and a happy birthday to the Pastor Michael Ayisi. It is your birthday today, and I hope that God blesses you and gives you the desires of your heart and makes you strong. More grace or greater grace, as you like saying. All right then. For those of you who have tuned in for the first time to listen to us on a Friday, this is how the program goes on a Friday. I'll be bringing you the quote for the day to be followed by the weather forecast and the travel update, and then we'll move on from there to have a look at what is happening across the globe, known as Global Trotting. Then after that, we'll move on. Some music will be brought your way as well. Of course, I mean, the program cannot be void of music, so definitely you're going to be having some music playing. And then, exactly at 11 o'clock, we're having Miss Olayomi Kweki joining in to bring you updates from Nigeria. We'll move on from there to have a continuous look at some of the other stories making the rounds in other parts of the world. From archaeology to zoology, from Accra to Zanzibar. If it's making the headlines, why not? We're going to touch on that. And then exactly at 12 o'clock, the lines are open for you to add your voice to the discussions. Then this afternoon, exactly at 12:30, we'll be crossing all the way to Kent, where our money man is Mr. Dan Tabiri, CEO of GIL Accountancy Services, our money man, who will be coming your way with the money hour. And today he's going to be looking into the nitty-gritties when it comes to the spring statement that was made by the Chancellor of the Exchequer, Rishi Sunak. How it benefits you, how you can make good, what comes first, what will be later. We'll be looking into all that. But if you have any questions pertaining to that, feel free, share it with us or send it to us, and I will put those questions to him once he's on. So on that note, yes, that is how the program is going to be. After that discussion, exactly at 1 o'clock, the curtains are brought down for the end of the program. So once again, I say welcome to the program and good morning. Okay, let me crack on straight because now 10:45. If you want things to change and get better, you should change and get better first. If you want things to change and get better, you should change and get better first. I point one finger at you. How many fingers are pointing at me? I got 4 pointing at me, and therefore I need to change myself first. Look at the man in the mirror. All right then. All my life he has been faithful. God has been faithful. I tell you, God has been so faithful. Okay, when it comes to the weather front, what has the weather got in stock for us? Well, the blanket sunshine continues. But let me tell you a bit of details about that. This afternoon will continue dry and fine with warm sunshine. A few patches of cloud will develop later in the afternoon, but there will still be plenty of sunny spells. Now tonight will be dry with clear skies throughout. It will be a chilly night, but most places will remain frost-free. Temperature is going to be 17 degrees, otherwise it's going to be 4 degrees. Pollen level is going to be moderate, UV level moderate, pollution is going to be high. Sunset 18:21 and sunrise for tomorrow morning 05:53 hours. For the weekend weather, Saturday we're going to be expecting to be another dry and fine day with plenty of spring sunshine. A few patches of cloud may develop later in the day. Another warm day expected as well. Now, when it comes to Sunday, yes, Sunday will generally stay dry, but with quite a lot of cloud around and some drizzle where it is thickest. Sunshine will develop in places later. So in a gist, that is how the weather is going to be for you. It is All Star Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Let's move on straight to the travel updates. Don't you worry, you'll be listening to that song. I will bring you the full version of it in a moment. But keep your eyes on the roads.
Check it out. Keep your eyes on the road. Let it be the children every time. Keep your eyes on the road.
This is Radio UK.
Okay. Keep your eyes on the roads. Keep your eyes on the roads. I'll keep you updated. I promise I'm on the Star Radio UK travel update. Comes to every day from 10:40. It's now 10:47. So on your travel this morning, those of you in London, yes, the underground, the Northern Line has got issues there. As we said earlier on, until mid-May. Yes. Part of it closure between Moorgate and Kennington. So check before you leave or you travel on that one. However, still on that, we got minor delays while they fix a signal failure at Mornington Crescent. No service between Kennington and Moorgate due to the plant engineering works. Let's move on straight to the river bus as well. On the river by this morning, apart from the Woolwich ferry that is still suspended, all the others have got good service. Now moving on straight to the major roads in London, A1, A316, A4, Central London Red Route, North Circular A406 have all got closures. Now South Circular A205 closures there as well, but A3 has got serious delays. If you can avoid them, do your best to avoid it. But keep your eyes on the roads. Keep your eyes on the roads. I'll keep you navigated. Let's move on to the final segment. That is the National Rail. So on the National Rail this morning, Great Northern has got special service Southeastern, severe delays, Southern, special service, and Thameslink, special service there as well. And as I would say all the time, well. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good dawn to you, wherever you might be on planet Earth. Enjoy your coming for today. But you know what? Continue to keep those eyes on the roads.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission-free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
I love you.
Welcome back to the program. 10 minutes to the top of the hour at a time. That means it's now time for Global Trotting. But share the broadcast with your friends and loved ones. I say it all the time. One of the best way to listen to us is getting our apps. Go to your app store, whether it's iOS or Android. Just type in Star Radio Global, and it will pop up there, and then you can just get us there. Okay.
Oh, I will sing.
All right then. Let's go Global Trotting. As I will say all the time, if you're standing, sit very comfortably, buckle up. If you're standing, if you're sitting, hold on to, sit down comfortably and buckle up. If you're standing, hold on to something. Yeah, it gets bumpy at times, but hey. Be rest assured, we make sure that we deliver on our promise. Okay, so now moving on straight to the stories making the rounds across the globe. In Nigeria, where Mr. Olayomi is going to be joining me in the next few minutes to bring you updates from Nigeria. Members of the National Union of Road Transport Workers in Oyo State have asked Governor Seyi Makinde to warn members of the park management system against further threatening them or attacking them in order to avoid bloodshed. My goodness. Now, if you live in that particular area or that state, then it's a worry there. And the former governor of Anambra State and vice presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, the PDP, in 2019 general election, Mr. Peter Obi, yesterday joined the 2023 presidential race. Well, he decided that he is now also throwing his hat in. A promise to lift the country out of poverty. Do you think that the 2023 election is going to take place at all? Some are looking at it that, hey, it's referendum that we need, but maybe the election could be a referendum. Who knows? How would that be? We'll be looking tune into all that once we have Mr. Olayomi Koiki joining in. But wherever you are, stay tuned. Don't you go away. Still in Africa, Somali to beef up security as death toll climbs to 48 after twin attack. TPLF fighters agreed to uphold humanitarian ceasefire on Friday. The Tigray People Liberation Front rebels agreed to uphold a ceasefire to allow the delivery of aid in the war-torn northern region. It's all coming your way from the African news. Well, U.S. court has thrown out Kennedy Japan's $9.5 million defamation suit against Kevin Taylor. So what measure next is he going to be taking? Straight to some other stories making the rounds as well. Free SHS policy. Why won't you allow those who can pay to pay? Professor Jampo to government. Well, when they started and that suggestion was coming through, they said that no, we got the money, we know where the money is, and we're going to be able to use that to get everybody free education. So you think that by this time where they see the opposition bashing them that they've mismanaged the economy and everything, do you think they're going to now fall on their sword to say that we're going to make those who are capable of paying to pay means tested? Do you think they're going to agree to that? No, I don't think they're going to be doing so. Okay, Starr Radio UK. Another story is making the round. Ukraine counterattack gained more ground near Kyiv. UK says Ukraine is reoccupying some towns and positions east of the capital. The Ministry of Defense is saying that means that they're giving them more arms, are they not? Well, coming your way. Now, civilians abducted as Russia steps up intimidation. The UN has documented almost 40 cases of politicians, journalists, and activists being abducted. Supreme Court judge's wife has urged election overturned. Text messages reveal Virginia Thomas pushed ex-president Trump's staff not to concede the election. Oh, wow. Well, the EU has signed a U.S. gas deal to curb reliance on Russia. Of course, I did say that. Well, the liquefied natural gas deal with US is part of EU's attempt to reduce reliance on Russian energy. Well, in the Latin American area, lose your fear. This is a Nicaraguan diplomat says in an explosive speech. OAS ambassador of Ambassador Arturo McPhails blames the government for human rights abuses. And those of you who are interested in the football World Cup qualifiers, Brazil trashes Chile in World Cup qualifier. Vinicius Jr. scores his first international goal as Brazil trashed Chile in the World Cup qualifier at the Maracana Stadium. Well, today Ghana will be playing Nigeria in their qualifying one as well. What do you think? Well, when Yami comes, he's going to be telling me. Hey. The Green Eagles and the Black Stars. All right, then let's move on to some other stories still making the rounds. Now, Ukraine crisis tests unity as Biden visits Europe. The president's trip to the continent is welcomed with the wariness in Brussels. My apologies. But it's all coming away from Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. leaders have united in peace call. Jewish, Christian, Muslim, and Druze clerics hold a rare gathering calling for an end to the war. Okay. Gonna be taking a break now, and then we'll be enjoying the rest of that music. Now, call for P&O boss to resign over seconds grow. Now, the Transport Secretary joins calls for Peter Heavyweight to quit after workers were sacked with no notice. Well, he said, you know what? If we decided to go to the unions, they're going to put impediments away. We have no time to be wasting for that and decide to crack on. But if you're a driver, well, today in the UK or is it England? Well, mobile loophole for gaming drivers is closed. A loophole allowing drivers to escape punishment for handheld phone use if they are taking a photo or playing a game has closed in Great Britain. Now, people can now be fined for up to £1,000 and receive 6 points on their licenses for scrolling through playlists or taking pictures on a handheld device. Now, Transport Secretary Grant Sharp said the government was taking a zero-tolerance approach. Devices can still be used hands-free while driving if secured in a cradle. Okay, so that is for your information. We'll be bringing you more on that front, It's interesting. The law change, which does not apply in Northern Ireland, is an extension of the existing offense, which includes making phone calls or sending text messages. Well, so when you're driving, you can say, Cyril, call Frank. Oh, which is the other one? Okay, so it is Starr Radio UK. Just few seconds to the top of the hour, where we're going to be having Miss Olayomi Koiki head-to-head. How Nigeria lost 25 to 56 previous encounters against Ghana. We will see. Archie and Olayomi will be playing. This is Ghana versus Nigeria. Yeah. We'll see. Okay, enjoy the rest of the music. We'll be coming back to you in a moment.
This is Starr Radio UK.
Broadcasting worldwide online 24/7.
Everybody sing. I will sing of your goodness and your faithfulness. I'm gonna sing every morning, every.
Let me say good morning to Adeniyi Adejibril. Thank you very much for sharing there as well.
This is Starr Radio UK. This is Starr Radio. This is Starr Radio. This is Starr Radio UK.
All around the world.
The best radio show. The coolest way to start your weekend.
He's been so good. With every breath that you and me are able, we will sing of the goodness of God. I will sing in the morning, in the evening, when things are not going your way, you will sing. Sing of the goodness of God every day in my life.
the Lord. The Power Word International presents Doing Good Outreach 2022 Free Medical Screening and Crusade. Theme, Run to Jesus Christ, Your Only Savior. Venue, Avatimne Valley, Wednesday, 6th April 2022. Avatimne Amlejofe, Thursday, 7th April 2022. Avatimne Biakba, Friday, 8th April 2022. Avatimne Jongwefemne, Saturday, 9th April 2022. Free medical screening starts at 6 a.m. each day. Crusade starts at 7 p.m. each night. To support this worthy cause financially, kindly contact us on WhatsApp 0044 7851 205626. Email admin@thepowerwordint.co.uk or donate via website at thepowerwordint.co.uk. Run to Jesus Christ, your only Savior.
Run to Jesus Christ. Run to Jesus Christ, beloved. Run. Now is the time. Now is the day. Today is the accepted and appointed season for you to run to Jesus Christ. Run to Jesus Christ. Hallelujah.
Everywhere you go, Afrobeat reggae dancer taking over. Yo, what's up, people? This is a boy Raskin Bobo One. Tune in every day, every night at the Star Radio UK with the big man them Archie. When I say Orta, you say fire.
Welcome back to the program Star Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London, bringing the time now to 4 minutes past the top of the hour. It is a Friday edition of the morning show, and every morning exactly at 11 o'clock we have the one and only, the one and still the reigning champion, Mr. Olayomi Koiki, who has joined in. Where is Yomi? I can see. Okay. Yes, I can see you. Don't worry, I can see you. Yes, let me say massive good morning to you, Mr. Olayomi Koiki.
Well, and it is a very good morning to you back in the studio, Mr. Archie. Good morning, Frank. Good morning to all our other guests and presenter. And I say welcome again to the Friday edition of Star Radio UK, the finest African and Caribbean radio station in London.
How are you doing, sir?
Well, as usual, it's bright outside, a little bit sunny, but I'm always sure a bit of cold as well. I'm doing very well. We give thanks. That's the most important thing. As long as we are alive, we have everything to give thanks to the Creator.
Okay. Now let's quickly start from the latter. Now today is big day in Ghana, Kumasi. It will be happening live. Olayomi and Archie praying. Black Stars versus Green Eagle. What do you reckon?
Well, I'm going to take it from a different angle, which is what has been the conversation exactly, on the football like this. Football is a very popular game. They call it soccer in other part of the continent. Maybe, just maybe, about few years back, I would have been so much excited, looking forward to a game between Nigeria and Ghana. But when I look at a game, that consists between, Macedonia and Italy, which is I'm kind of a little bit moving away from what you are saying, but it's still on the football. We saw that the Italian of 59 million lost to Macedonia, a population of 2 million. So a lot of Yorubas are waking up this morning and then asking the question again that, would it not be better to have a nation that is less than 5 million and compete in a football match or a football game or a soccer game across the globe than being in a Nigeria that you've just said will be playing Ghana, and we're going to have to see the end result as well. I remember the last game that was played in such as well. Some of the, I would say, it was just the Biafra game. It's got nothing to do with them.
Wow, interesting. Well, listen, that's whatever it is. We come from there. It's a geographical location, so we'll be watching what is going to be taking place there. Definitely. But let me say good morning to Amayo. I hope you are doing very, very well. Thank you very much for joining us once again. Now, interesting times. Assuming Nigeria wins, because when you look at the African Cup of Nations that was played just few months ago, I think in January. Now you see that Nigeria did performed very well than Ghana. The Black Stars were absolute rubbish. Obviously you see that Nigeria has more chances of winning than Ghana. Yeah.
Well, if we look back to the games that have been played in the past, between Nigeria and likewise Ghana, based on the data that we have, just give us about a few seconds. We get the other platform on quickly.
Yes, listeners, just bear with us whilst Mr. Olayomi gets there. Yes.
Back on.
Yes.
They can be able to see and also listen to us. So when we look at the data, fireworks are expected today as Ghana hosts their high-chief rival Nigeria in one of the most anticipated match of the first leg of the 2022 World Cup qualifying that will be going on in Kumasi. The Super Eagles won 12 games on their previous encounter against the Black Star. The first encounter was October 20, 1959. Just about 9 years before the independence of the 1960, and a little bit less because Ghana had their independence before us, and the game was won by 5-0 by Nigeria. So we will see how this time, the game will come to an end by the end of today.
Well, we hope that they don't spell Ghana though, because it's 5-0. It's 5-0. Ghana is 5 letters. So I hope they don't spell Ghana for them. All right, but whatever it is, we wish everybody the best. May the best side win. Okay, that's what I'll say. But let me say good morning to Kennedy Ekumemen. Kennedy, how are you doing? Thank you very much for joining us. We love you all to bits. You guys, you do so well. Okay. Now let's go to some of the stories that is making the rounds in Nigeria. APC convention, Buhari battles last-minute crisis, summons governors, chairmanship aspirants fail to agree. So far we know that when the president was out of the country, I don't know whether the same day that he left for the UK, that's when all this brouhaha started. And I thought that maybe with the president back in town, he would have seen to control stuff. But it seems to be going on. What exactly is going on there?
Well, the next couple of days, the APC convention will be a lot, in the heart of millions of those, APC supporter in Nigeria. But one thing is, the battle, to that convention has not yet completed because there's still a lot of internal wrangling on who and how there will be, shifting, their own political party to which side of the country, in terms of the presidential. So the headline is APC convention, Buhari battles the last-minute crisis, summons the governors and the chairmanship aspirant failed to agree. So it is in a bid, to save this APC All Progressive Congress from collapse, because like I said, this will be, a do or die, and where we will be able to know whether there will still be more people, more of the gladiator, as they are known to be called, the cabals, because they have the cabals in almost every, part of the country, and likewise as well in the APC as one of the, one of the main major political party and PDP. So it seems that there will be a series of meetings with governors, the party leaders, and the members of the National Assembly, as Buhari has had meetings yesterday. But whether that will lead to something, according to the report, that some governors and the chairmanship aspirant of the APC were still against the imposition of Senator Abdullahi Adamu by the president as at yesterday in Abuja.
Now, so who is the president backing there? When it comes to the chairmanship, who who is he backing for that position?
Well, like you say, like it says there, the president seems to be backing the Senator Abdullahi Adamu, but that doesn't seem to be going very well, because as of press time, some of the APC chieftaincies at the presidential villa, where the former interim chairman of the party, Bisi Akonde, and the also national leader Bola Ahmed Tinubu, that is also contesting, that wants to contest as well under APC, and the Minister of Science and Technology, Dr. Ogbanaya Ono, Senator Rocha Korocha, the former Imo State governor, and Senator Ibrahim Shekarau and Senator Aliu Wamako. Other governors, Nasser El-Rufai of Kaduna State, Aminu Masari of Katsina State, the Minister of Transportation, Rotimi Amechi, Chairman Caretaker and the Extraordinary Conventional Planning Committee Party, Maya Buni, and the Secretary to the Governor of the Federation, Boss Mustafa. The President is expected to meet all the 23 APC governors jointly today in Abuja, and it was gathered that the chairmanship aspirant held a long meetings in Abuja over the President's demand, and were expected to issue a joint statement. So we are not sure what will be the end of it, but what we know is, one of the aspirants said, we met with the President on Wednesday night. He made it clear that he wanted all those vying for offices to emerge through consensus. In essence, he wants the entire convention to be a mere formality for affirmation. He wants Senator Adamu as the next chairman.
Interesting. Well, Amayo says that Abdullahi Adamu has a case with the EFCC, a 15 billion case with the EFCC. Do you think that maybe that will give him, listen, I mean, it will just ruin his chances? Because if you are the chairman of your party, who is supposed to see to everything, is some way, somehow has involved in that a deal of 15 billion. I mean, how will people perceive him and perceive the party? But again, among those who want to, run for that particular position, who do you think, like, is a favorite of the people? I mean, the president might have his, but who do you think is the favorite of the people?
Well, when it comes to political parties, they all have their own individuals that could be of benefit, to trickle things around, and it seems the president just wanted it to be done through a consensus. Whether that is going to be allowed or not is something that the party members will have to decide. But what I do know is quite a lot of the party members are not pleased with the choice of the president.
Okay, so what do they want? Well, Starr Radio UK. This government foundation is built on lies. That's what Amayo is saying there. Okay, keep your comments coming through and we'll make sure that we touch on it. It's all coming away from Starr Radio UK. Customs CBN disagree over evaluation of imports and exports. Now, what is all that about? I mean, we are here. I know from time to time we ship things home or export things to our countries and then do some also import things to this part of the world or vice versa. Now, why are they not agreeing? Why are they using different figures or percentages? What is exactly going on when it comes to that?
Well, like you said, Custom and the Central Bank of Nigeria. These are the two key sectors, because when you look at the Central Bank of Nigeria, controls, almost, the policies and making sure that, the duties and what needs to be paid, through the custom as well. Custom, the seaport, is one of the biggest revenue, just as a lot of people think that the food oil is giving a lot as well. It is only when you understand, the details, and you get to find out that there's quite a lot of money involved, with the custom as well. But like you say, what actually is this story all about, and why is it now a big issue as we speak? So the headline says Custom CBN disagree over the evaluation of import and export. According to the Nigerian Custom, has refuted media report which claim that the service has adopted the e-evaluator and e-invoicing for importers and exporters through the Central Bank of Nigeria. In a statement that was released yesterday by the service official Twitter handle, the Nigerian Customs Service that it stated that it stood by its earlier stance as communicated to the House of Representatives Joint Committee on Customs and Excise Banking and Currency on the 3rd of March. The CBN had in February introduced what they call the evaluator to cut foreign exchange spending for fraudulent or inflated transactions. But according to the circular that was signed by the Director, Trade and Exchange Department of the CBN, Dr. O.S. Njigi, the new policy ensures that import and export activities with unit prices that are more than 2.5%. So if I was meant to be buying a vehicle from UK and sending it to Nigeria, there's meant to be a guideline price. There's meant to be how much I have to pay. But as we do know, these are the kind of a corrupt that goes into the system where the custom might be trying to avoid such as well. However, the custom also said it could not adopt the new policy because it was restricted by international treaties, which it was also a signatory to. So that is now like a headlock between the custom and also
the Central
Bank of Nigeria.
Well, listeners, it's all coming your way from Star Radio UK. Mr. Olayomi Kweke in our North London studios. I'm Archie in the main studios. Now, let's move on to one other story. A former governor of Anambra State and vice presidential candidate on the People's Democratic Party in the 2019 general election, Mr. Peter Obi, yesterday joined the 2023 presidential race. Now, Atiku, what's his name? The former, is it Atiku that his name is? The PDP. Oh, no. The PDP presidential candidate for 2019. What was his name? Or what's his name?
Jonathan?
No. The one who...
The former Atiku Abubakar.
Atiku, so I was right. Okay, Atiku. So that means Atiku's running mate is also now thrown his hat in the ring to also challenge Atiku there as well. Quite interesting. Wow.
Well, it's going to be a do or die for most of the political party as the countdown, which we're going to be giving on Star Radio UK this morning again. In terms of how many days to no election by those that want the referendum, because I heard you saying that as well. Maybe the election will become a referendum. We will wait and see. And also as against those that want it. Yes, yesterday we saw Peter Obi, a former governor of Anambra State, that always also want to put his head in it as well. It was a vice. It was a vice to Atiku, in 2019. But this time around, he believes that the Southeast is where each of the political party, be it PDP or APC, should be putting, the election candidate to. But I'm not sure whether the rotation is going to be going to Southeast. But at exactly 322 days, 12 hours, 40 minutes, and the seconds keeps going down, all these will be determined whether the convention that will lead to the lead of who each of the political party will be allowed. So on the PDP now, we have Dele Momodu, the owner and the CEO of the Ovation Group, that also told us some few months that an election in Nigeria is selected, also contesting under PDP. We know that Atiku is coming up under PDP. The next person that we're expecting to declare his intention is the former Senate President on the 8th Assembly, Bukola Saraki, that also has a mixed bag because he was the governor of Kwara State for about 8 years, and we saw how he was unable to manage the state, but because of the Nigeria system, he was able to find himself to become the Senate President in the 8th Assembly. But he's also consulting, and we believe he's going to be contesting or also declaring as well. But yes, Peter Obi has now also put his head, just as Showore under AAC, just as Bola Tinubu, the former governor of Lagos State and the National Party leader, just as also Kingsley Moghalu under a different political party, and also Tambua, which also going to be interested as well. So it's going to be something for what is going to happen in 322 days, as more Nigerians still want a Nigeria, while other Nigerians are saying, we are the indigenous people, a referendum is the only option now on the table.
Now, so do you think the ceding of the presidency to the South, the Southeast, is that what they want to do? Do you think that is going to happen? And these candidates that you've mentioned so far, which of them comes from the Southeast?
Well, Peter Obi is from the Southeast, and that's the reason why he's putting out to say that the turn of the Southeast to become the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria is something that they should all consider from the political perspective, and maybe to unite Nigeria, because he keeps talking about uniting Nigeria, but a lot of Nigerians are saying we're well divided because there's not a country called Nigeria in the first place, because the language in Nigeria is about almost 300, and that means that it was a country first on us, in 1914. But we will have to wait and see how that is going to, work out, as the election is coming. So yeah, Peter Obi would have got a better chance under the PDP as somebody also coming from the Southeast as well. With the APC, nobody yet, that we can pinpoint that have literally put an interest. I know, I think Okorocha, has also declared his intention, as well. So, he's also from the Southeast. So we now have two candidates from the two political parties, the main two political parties in Nigeria that have candidates now of interest to become the president. But whether the zoning from those parties will go to Southeast, we will know all that by the time they will be nominating their candidates during the primaries.
Okay. Amayo says now living in Nigeria is like being in an abusive relationship. Rehanot Ogunnoike said, it's a quote from Rehanot Ogunnoike. He says, living in Nigeria is like being in an abusive relationship. So he thinks that, well, if you're in an abusive relationship, the only way out is to leave the relationship. But maybe you call your father-in-laws to come and sit in, your father and your parents and your in-laws to come and sit in, and maybe they will be able to sort it amicably. What do you think? We'll be bringing you more on that. But let's go back to Yomi for some of the other stories making the rounds. Over to you, Yomi.
Thank you very much. It's a Friday edition of the morning update news coming from Nigeria on Starr Radio UK, as we're going to be monitoring, the football match between Nigeria and Ghana as well, and we're giving that report back fully on Monday. But like I said, a lot of Yorubas have looked at the winning rather of the Macedonia, a 2 million country that is able to win into the next round to Portugal, that will be playing as against a 59 million population of Italy. Macedonia, was a part of the Yugoslavia as of 1991. There was a referendum that led into where other countries, accepted them, and they now have a nation of their own. So the Yorubas, like I said, might not be of interest. Maybe some, maybe yet not everyone, as against the match against Ghana. They would rather want a Yoruba nation football team than the Nigerian football game. Supreme Court uphold INEC deregistration of 22 political parties is part of the headline as well this morning. The last election, Starr Radio UK was also an observer on the ground. According to the Supreme Court of Nigeria on Friday in Abuja, upheld the deregistration of 22 political parties carried out by the Independent National Electoral Commission. The parties were among 74 scrapped in 2020 by INEC following their dismissal performances in the previous election. I remember looking at the ballot paper when we were at Ogun State and also during the presidential, we were at Alimosho local government, and we were reporting, back to, the international community, just as the observer as well. And you could see the length of the paper before you can get into each of the political party, and sometimes a lot of Nigerians miscalculated and probably, asterisk the next one that they were not meant to be. So delivering judgment in an appeal instituted by INEC against the judgment of the Court of Appeal, Justice Ejimibi Eko voided and set aside a judgment of the Court of Appeal Abuja Division, which had nullified the deregistration. Justice Eko held the Court of Appeal on its own, raised the issue of lack of fair hearing in favor of the 22 scrap parties, and arrived at the conclusion without hearing from the other parties in the matter. So like I said, these are just part of so many political parties that registered when INEC decided that they didn't do very well. Let us take them out, but it doesn't seem to be going well to INEC as well. So the other headline, IOC fear collapse as federal government says 1.36 trillion crude oil was stolen in 14 months. That should have been money to have been used, to save millions of Nigerians. Like I was speaking to a 22-year-old that would have loved to continue his education after secondary school during one of our broadcasts this morning. He said, I would love to be an IT or work within that sector, but for so many reasons that we know, a lot of Nigerians are already in a kind of a system where they are not getting support on the education. So rather, after 3 years of secondary school, he's still trying to find his way. But crude oil have been stolen in about 1.3 trillion value, according to Nigeria, according to the IOC. The total value of Nigerian crude oil that was stolen between January 2021 and February 2022 is about the total value of 3.27 billion naira, which represent about 1.36 trillion at the official exchange rate of 416 naira to $1. But that again is a false information, because the black market as of today is telling us that the dollar is about 590 naira to $1. The federal government declared that on Thursday. International oil companies and their counterparts in Nigeria said the massive oil theft across the country currently pose a threat to not just the existence but to the Nigerian economy. The federal government, through its Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission, met with the oil producer trade section as well as the independent petroleum producer groups in Abuja at a stakeholder engagement on crude oil theft. OTPS is a body comprising IOC operating in Nigeria, while IPPG is an association of indigenous exploration and production companies. The question that we should ask ourselves is, who is stealing? Who is taking? Because somebody must be receiving for somebody to be trying to steal. Again, almost $3.6 billion or $3.27 billion have been stolen from the crude oil in Nigeria. That means somebody is laughing into the bank. I know you want me to come back to the studio, and I'm definitely going to come back, because this is a big mess that so many Nigerians today cannot even have 3 square meals. Nigeria still remains the capital poverty of the world. As at yesterday, 5 people were kidnapped in Ekiti State. Previous to that, 1 person was kidnapped, paid 750,000 naira, and yet after he paid 750,000 naira, he also had to put again some cigarette and beer to those terrorists that demanded that money. Starr Radio UK, your finest African Caribbean radio station in Nigeria. Like our brother would say, which way Nigeria?
Honestly, because I'm asking myself the question: do you think that if this fuel that has been stolen was still in the system, how do you think it's going to improve the lives of some people in Nigeria, the poor in Nigeria? But we will have the EFCC going after small people, and we have the police shooting other people who are desperate and trying to maybe just do somebody 419 to get some small coins and put in their pocket to go and eat. Meanwhile, the big hooks, the real thieves are there stealing, and nothing is being done about them. Now, the question that I'm asking is, it's not like refined food. It's not refined that people are nicking. So this is like a proper
raw material.
Yeah. So honest, I don't get it.
The question we should ask ourselves is, how does it move out of Nigeria? Because you have to literally, looking at the documentary we've watched, in terms of bringing the crude oil from the bottom of the sea, or the bottom of the floor. Yeah. It will have taken a lot of work. Then after bringing it up, it then fill into a shipping or whatever. Then it then vanish off. How is the question? I'm sure millions of Nigerians this morning will be shaking their head to know that $3.27 billion US, that is within a year. The question is, how long has this been going on in the last 61 years?
But you see, Nigeria will go cap in hand, going borrowing. Government say, "Oh, we don't have the money, so we need to go borrow." But it's a shame, honestly. It is a big, massive shame. But listeners, it is Starr Radio UK. We want to know what you think about it. Well, Mayo says every Nigerian knows Nigeria can no more be together going forward, but are afraid to speak up. Now, you want to speak up, feel free. This is a platform that you can speak up. Tell us what you think about the whole issue. It is Starr Radio UK. Mr. Olayomi
OAE says on his comment, in this case, there is no father-in-laws or family members to mediate in the abusive marriage.
I think we have to bring the police in. Well, listeners, it's Starr Radio UK. As I said, bring your comments. I'll put your comments on and we promise to read that. Let's go back to Mr. Olayomi in our North London studios to bring you the rest of the stories making around. Over to you, Yomi.
Thank you very much. It's exactly 11:31 a.m. on Starr Radio UK this morning as we continue to review some of those events happening as well. So let's go back and look at more headline and then come straight back again to you in the studio. Like you did talk about it, Oyo NURT, the National Union Road Transport, is threatening bloodshed, alleges attack by the park manager. It is the same park manager known as Auxiliary that killed one of the the Yoruba Nation family that couldn't even bury the full body where the head was missing. Not that alone. Let's now go on this headline. 3 siblings disappeared from Abuja school. Teachers, proprietor have now been detained. How come? Where? What happened? There's a lot happening in Nigeria on a daily basis. You keep asking yourself, it doesn't seem the center can hold any longer. And that is why Mr. Simon Adebisi say Sharia Republic of Nigeria, as we continue to read some of their comment as well. Let's go back now to that 3 siblings. There is panic among residents of Kabusa community in the Federal Capital Territory over the disappearance of 3 siblings. The children, Marvelous, Alex, and Rehoboth Sunday, were said to have gone missing from their school, Starr Child Academy, on Tuesday this week. According to residents, their mother had gone to pick them up from the school located around ECWA, one area of Kabusa, but they were nowhere to be found. Effort made by their mother, staff of the school, and residents to locate them were said to have been abortive. The incident sparked a protest from women in the community who picketed the school and the police division in the area. Speaking to the correspondent, the family friend Benson Ugbong said residents check every nook and crime of Kabusa, like they're looking for needles, from the day of the incident till Wednesday, adding that the children were not found. Ugbong said the father of the 3 children, his colleague, will live in the same area. Around 1:28 p.m. on Tuesday, we were sitting together and having some conversation when a call from his wife came in. She said she went to the school, to pick up the children, but they were nowhere to be found. The father immediately put a call through to the owner of the school. So these are part of what is happening when it comes to the missing. So what went wrong? The FCT police spokesman, DSP Josephine Ada, confirmed the incident. She said all teachers in the school, alongside the proprietor, had now been arrested over the matter. We hope they'll be able to tell us exactly what actually went wrong, what happened, because this doesn't seem to be very good, where 3 siblings, young children, are all missing from a school that is meant to protect security for them. Let's go back now to some more other headlines. Court dismissed 36 governors, $418 million Paris Club debt that sued against the federal government. And I'm going to take more to the social media and come back again to you in the studio. Like we said, Peter Obi has now also joined, to find out whether he will be nominated as well. Fuel scarcity. We have 1.6 billion liters of PMS in stock, but we're not too sure why there's so much when it comes to, a lot of Nigerians still struggling to get access to it. But we can tell based on the theft on the oil as well. Oil theft. NUPRC meets with oil producer, pushes for accurate data. In every country that has crude oil or producing, there must be accurate data. But in Nigeria, there's no accurate data to how much is being explored and how much is being sold and how much comes back to the government. And we saw the reason why Abacha money is all over the world, especially in Switzerland, because part of the crude oil that was sold, the payment never came back to Nigeria. And that is why after his death, every time Nigerian government needs money, they only need to go to the burial ground of our capture, and he'll be able to give them the code to get the money back from where they were kept. The Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory yesterday met with the Independent Petroleum Producer Group and the oil producer, the group that formed the core of the company, drilling oil in Nigeria as part of effort to halt the massive oil theft in the country. Describing the phenomenon as a national disaster, the chief executive of the commission, Mr. Gbenga Komolafe, told the group that the meeting was to share information as to the actual number of crude oil losses confronting by the entity. So like I said, 3.27 billion was missing. Money that should have been used to cater for millions of Nigerians across board. And this now takes us straight to the social media before coming back again to you at 11:36. Dr. Maduka Chino Melon at Maduka said on his Twitter, "We were minding our businesses before the British arrived here. Gather different nations together by force. Name them Nigerians. We completely reject that. We are no slaves." That is coming from that as well. Also, a Bayelsa boy for Peter Obi. "Dear Nigerians, let no man deceive you. Peter Obi is the one to take us to the promised land." Well, I'm not sure which of the promised land. Is it the one that is already as it is, or the one that has different languages kept together? All that is the question that a lot of people are asking. Also trending on number 8 on the trending tweet this morning, Ghana versus Niger. Let's take a look at some of what people are saying as the match before it starts. At exactly 19:30 GMT, Ghana versus Nigeria. Also, Cameroon will be playing Algeria at 5 p.m. GMT. Congo versus Morocco, 3 p.m. GMT. Cameroon, Mali versus Tunisia, 5 p.m. GMT. Likewise, Egypt versus Senegal at 19:30 GMT. But let's look at some of the commentary that is people are talking about. According to local host, go and get your PBT radio. Peter Obi, Chukwu, Moye, and Kisley Mogalu has all formally declared to run for the presidency. Nigerian bringing Naira to buy 500 Ghana ticket at Kumasi. That is coming from Mr. Kyron says, Nigerians are bringing Naira to buy a 150 Ghana ticket at Kumasi. So it seems also quite a lot of jubilation already. Black Stars, we are charged up, more fireworks. Kumasi no go be easy. The issue is simple. Hashtag Ghana versus Niger. Patemora, we dare your back plus prayer self. We go show Niger pepper today. Well, if they show Niger pepper, I'm sure Nigerians will also be looking into that. Also, a minute silence for Junior Agogo. May so rest in peace forever. Hashtag Ghana versus Niger. Let me come back slightly to you in the studio, and then if time permits, we'll take a little bit more. If otherwise, we say a very good morning.
Well, listeners, Mr. Olayomi, I keep bringing you some wonderful stories there. But interestingly, okay, let me read Amayo's message that is posted. It said, day by day, things fall apart and the center cannot hold. Pertaining to Nigeria, he would say Nigeria. But I'm looking at the oil industry, or oil companies, which we spoke earlier on about, where they are trying to call on the federal government to say that, look, put measures in place to stop the theft that is going on. What do you think? What measures? Because when you were speaking, I was just thinking, what measures can be put in place? That, I mean, because it's not like a bottle of water I have in my hand and I can put it in my jacket and then walk off and nobody will see. Because when a ship docks, you know that this is a ship. You cannot say the ship will escape. So what are they expecting? What did they suggest there?
Well, I believe it would have been very difficult to do similar in Saudi Arabia, that also has vast amount of crude oil, to just get crude oil out of Saudi Arabia without nobody knowing. I was able to watch a video documentary of how Saudi Arabia monitors almost everything around the process and the extraction of the crude oil. But in Nigeria, you're talking about what measures. Measures can be put in place if truly we are ready, to put those measures in place. The first thing is, how are the communities where the crude oil is well taken care of? Remember, as of yesterday, we saw, the pipeline discussion that we had in the conversation yesterday, where, when we go back to the environmental damages, that people like Ken Saro-Wiwa was fighting for until the late Abacha eventually executed him and took Nigeria out of the international community for a very long time. So the measures can be done, but it's the will and the zeal of the government, to make sure that these things are done properly. Yesterday was about the NDDC, in terms of the 9th constituent, where they believe that they are shortchanged and they want Buhari to appoint the governing body of that particular Niger Delta, just to kind of make cushion for the people. But when we have people that over $327 billion have been stolen, and yet you go to those communities, you realize that they can't go to the fishing line anymore. The education is not there. The community has now become damaged. The question then is, there will be more wahala, as a Niger person will call.
Well, Amayo says that crude theft had been going on even before Nigeria independence. So it is hereditary. So they are handing it down. That's why it's going on. But interestingly, because if this is all sold and it can come to the government chest, and government can also, bring it down or get it down for the common person to get it. Like this young boy who, after secondary school, going 3 years, have decided that, listen, I don't know what to do else. So what is it? What life is ahead of him? Do you think that if this money was saved or this crude oil was sold, and then he benefited from it, wouldn't he have been able to educate himself and be a better citizen and help the country raise more funds to better other people's lives? Well, we want to know what more you have to say, but continue to put your comments on our Facebook page, and I promise we're going to read that. Yomi, any other stories there?
Well, yeah, let's just touch, one more, and then we come back again to you in the studio as we continue to say, the current situation in Nigeria is bringing a lot of, cry to the heart of people. We had a caller from Iraq, one of the Yoruba that is living in Iraq at 22 years old. She would have preferred to be in Nigeria. She studied, chemist. She worked in the pharmacies, but she wasn't paid a very good amount of money at about 10,000 naira equivalent of, less than maybe, almost 10, 15 pounds thereabout, is what she was paid. And I did ask her, whether she would have preferred to be in Nigeria, just like a lot of Nigerians would have loved to be in Nigeria if things were working in Nigeria, but rather people are migrating out as well. So we will be back again on Monday to continue to review, the outcome of the football match, the reactions of the people, and also maybe this weekend, as we continue to say, the prayer for Nigerians every day is, they're not going to bed, where attacks will come back again, by the terrorists used that attack to kill so many Nigerians on a daily basis. So, like we always say, remain vigilant. Again, tomorrow, we're still not sure what is going to happen. This is just coming up again. Update: police response team deployed to contain crisis. 3 reportedly stabbed by a policeman. 2 dead. 1 hospitalized in a critical condition. The 3 victims are believed to be vigilante supporting police teams. Sources say stabbing caused by undisclosed dispute with the policemen. So angry youth protesting over police officer shootings. 2 persons reportedly killed, and a youth now attempting to set Yawa police station on fire. Kindly avoid the area. So this is currently ongoing as we speak right now in Nigeria. Please, if you're in that location, in that area, let us try to avoid it. It's really, really getting very hot. Yewa is in a Bauchi area. I could see a lot of flames coming out. Bonfire, roadblocks, vehicle turning back as crisis erupt at Yewa along Gwala Miji in Bauchi State. Causes: if the crisis is still sketchy, avoid the area. This is Star Radio UK.
Well, listeners, as the last update said, please, if you are in that area, please do your best to avoid it. And we are calling everyone who is involved there for calm heads to prevail. So that things like that happen. People lose their lives, will lose properties, and then tomorrow we have to find the money to now come and build another police station and come and build or come and buy some vehicles, and then we're not moving forward. So we seem to be retrogressing instead of progressing. So please, let calm heads prevail. Yomi, let me say thank you very much for this wonderful update.
Thank you very much, and to all our listeners, in Texas, Adekula Kojo, and the rest of you, Roya Ade, Ademola Toda, all those that are watching and listening, Kunle Shita and Busari Kazim rather, not Buhari Kazim, that are listening and watching us, Evangelist Taiwo Yeyoge, and the rest of you, we will be back again on Monday morning, where we continue as well. But Star Radio UK is not going anywhere yet. Archie is still there with the rest of the team to give you the rest of the update. But for me, happy Friday. Like I said, for those of you that have been paid, and if you have not been paid yet, check your bank account. For now, have a very good morning. Bye for now.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Olayomi Koiki. Have a lovely weekend. Well, listeners, yes, that was Mr. Olayomi Koiki. I'm bringing you updates from Nigeria. He said if you've not gotten paid yet, check your bank account. He might have put some money in your account for you. Who knows? Yes. It is Star Radio UK. We're going to take a musical break. And once we come back, the question being asked once again, which way Nigeria? Do you think Nigeria is going to score Ghana? And if Ghana is going to score Nigeria, what goal margins are you looking at? Or is it going to be a draw game? I remember back in the day when I was a little boy, 10, 11 thereabout, and Nigeria Green Eagles come to play Ghana, and Nigerian goalkeeper was Okala. And I remember Mohamed Polo at the time. No, is it Mohamed Polo or Abdul Razak scoring the golden goal there? And so I remember that. But we see what happens. Well, they say that they're going to put pepper in Nigeria eyes. Nigeria is going to bring salt and put it in your wounds. What about that? All right then. So I enjoyed this song from Sonny Okuson. It says, "Which way, Nigeria? Should Nigeria exist? Will Nigeria exist?" We want to know more about that. What do you think?
To go. I love my fatherland. Oh yeah. I want to know. Yes, I want to know which way Nigeria is heading to. Which way Nigeria? Which way Nigeria? Which way to go? Which way to go? I love my fatherland. Oh yeah. I want to know. I want to know. Many years after independence, we still find it hard to start. How long shall we be patient before we reach the promised land? Let's save Nigeria, so Nigeria won't die. Which way Nigeria? Which way? Which way Nigeria? Tell me. Which way to go? I love my fatherland. Oh yeah. Yes, I want to know which way Nigeria is heading to. Every little thing that goes wrong, we start to blame the government. We know everything that goes wrong because we are part of the government. Let's save Nigeria, so Nigeria won't die. Which way Nigeria? Which way? Way to go. I love my fatherland. Oh yeah. I want to know which way Nigeria is heading to. Inefficiency and indiscipline is ruining the country now. Corruption here, there and everywhere. Inflation is soaring high. Let's save Nigeria, so Nigeria won't die. I want to know which way Nigeria is heading to. We made mistakes during the oil boom, not knowing that was our doom. Some people now have everything, while many have nothing. Let's save Nigeria, so Nigeria won't fall. Which way Nigeria? Which way Nigeria? To go. I love my fatherland. Oh yeah. I want to know. Yes, I want to know which way Nigeria is heading to. Green revolution.
This is Starr Radio UK.
Let's give it a chance to grow. Let's join our hands to farm the land so we can have enough food to show. Let's save Nigeria, so Nigeria won't die.
This is Starr Radio UK.
In your car,
at work,
at home,
on your smartphone.
Oh sure, I want to know. Yes, I want to know which way Nigeria is heading.
Okay, welcome back to the program Star Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Yes, nice tune there from the late Sonny Okuson. Which way Nigeria, which way Ghana, which way Africa, which way the world now? We don't know exactly what is happening when it comes to the Russia-Ukraine conflict that is going on. What is going to be the case? I remember yesterday when we were having a discussion, Frank saying that, well, it looks like the Third World War has become inevitable. But what do you think about all that? We're going to be bringing you more on those fronts, but it's all Star Radio UK. Feel free and join us in our discussions today. I promise you, if you put any comment there, I'm going to read that. Okay, now let's quickly go to some of the other stories making the rounds. I'll be opening the lines in the next 8 minutes. All right then. So let's go straight to Ghana as well, and let's look at some of the stories making the rounds there. As I said, top of the agenda today for Ghana, as to whether Ghana will be able to qualify for the World Cup. Yes. They are playing Nigeria. That is the Black Stars playing the Green Eagles. What is going to happen on that front? It will be an interesting one to know. Okay, but when it comes to Ghana, well, if he's here, we'll call him the Chancellor of the Exchequer, but the Minister for Finance and Economic Planning, Mr. Oforiatta, the Finance Minister, has announced government will reduce purchases of vehicles by the public sector by 50% as part of measures to resolve the current economic challenges in the country. Also, ministers and heads of state institutions will also suffer a 30% pay cut as well as 50% cut in fuel coupons until further notice, the finance minister announced. The measures come on the back of the recent cabinet meeting at Peduase. Already, the Council of State has announced its members are taking 30% cut in their monthly allowance to help improve the economy. Now, the details. Discretionary expenditure cut by additional 10% for MDAs, and then 50% cut in fuel coupon allocation to political appointees and heads of government institutions, and then complete moratorium on imported vehicles for the rest of the year. Just the rest of the year. Okay, this will affect all new orders for the year and reduce total vehicle purchase by the public sector by 50% for the period. Now, moratorium on all foreign travels except pre-approved critical statutory travels. And then the IPP charges to be reviewed to reduce excess capacity payment by 20% to make savings of 5 billion Ghana cedis. Now, moratorium on establishment of new state institutions by end of April 2022 and prioritizing ongoing projects over new projects. That would say So that is a good one. Okay, what about the ventures or buildings that the erstwhile NDC government started? All those projects, what has happened to them? I've been asking those questions all the time. Now, that's why I say that if the citizens are very angry, they want to hold government responsible, making sure that they are doing the right things, then they have to be angry, because when you see a project that was started where funds were approved and then it was ongoing, and then suddenly it stopped and it sat there for a month, 2 months, a year, 2 years, 3 years. Now, how many years are we in now? 5, 6 years, and you see that it's deteriorating the building, or you see water soaking in, or whatever project that it's just left unattended, and you see money going with. You need to be angry. Well, some people say that, well, when the new government come in, they talk about the fact that, well, maybe some contracts that were signed were all, some fishy deals were in there, and they want to sort them out. Now, if they want to do that, get on quickly, sort those things out, and get the projects done, because it is the taxpayers' money. Well, what do you think about all that? Now, some of the other areas that they touched on: reduce expenditure on all meetings and conferences by 50%, effective immediately. Pursue a comprehensive profiling strategies to reduce the interest expense burden, and liaise with organized labor and employers association to implement measures in Kwewu declaration of the 2022 National Labor Conference. It will be interesting to know what that is about, the Kwewu 22 National Labor Conference. There are free SHS not to be touched. And that was a question that I was asking earlier on. Now, we know that we don't have the means, okay? I mean, whatever we are spending, we said that, okay, that money is there, okay, that allocation is there, it can go into, seeing to address this free SHS. But there are people who can afford. Why don't you let them just pay their own thing? At least it will save some money. What about that? But because government, when it was trying to institute or introduce this free SHS, and the opposition was saying that no, it should be means tested, and they said no, we think we have got the money, the means to just get on with it, and they've gotten on with it. Now it is difficult for them to do a U-turn, and that is why they are saying no, whatever it is, even if you are hungry, we will still continue with that project. But do you think that if it happens that the 2024 elections takes place and the opposition party and NDC or another party wins and they come in, do you think that they're going to scrap it, or they're going to look at reformation when it comes to the free SHS? What do you think? Now, ministers and heads of SOEs to take salary cut of 30% from April to December 2022. April to December. Okay, so the ones that you've received, that one is in your pocket already. So the next month's one, you won't get. So 30%. Well, I bet those who have been spending their money nyafu, they will be thinking, what are we going to do now? Well, it is all Starr Radio UK. But what measures have been put in place to also stop wastage in the system? Yeah, a moment ago, when we were having a look at the updates from Nigeria, Olayomi was talking about $1.236 trillion dollars worth of crude oil that's gone missing. I mean, just for a period of 1 year. So you ask yourself that all those wastage, those monies that goes through the basket that we are filling with water. How do we salvage that? What measures have been put in place in this 24 months or this 12 months or this 9 months ahead of us? What measures have been put in place to make sure that there are no waste in the system? Well, it is Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. As I said, well, I want to have your take on that. You think that the free SHS should be, re-looked at, and then those who can afford, let them get on with it? Or, as he has said, as they started, now we got the money to get on with it, so they're going to go on with it. I want to know what you think about that. But interestingly, the firebrand, Canadian Japan, sued Kevin Taylor for defamation, demanding $9.5 million. And they said that you have no basis for demanding $9.5 million damages. Court has said to Canadian Japan. Canada given a 60-day window to appeal the judgment. A defamation suit by the member of Parliament for Asin Central against US-based Ghanaian journalist Kevin Taylor and his media company, Loud Silence, has been dismissed by the United States District Court for the Eastern District of Virginia. By the court, Canadian Japan failed to truly prove that the comments made by Mr. Taylor were defamatory, hence the case was thrown out. Information coming through says the member of Parliament for Asin Central had filed a 15-page suit against Kevin Taylor and Loud Silence Media over what he described as a series of false and defamatory statements in a series of videos and an email correspondence published by defendants via Facebook, YouTube, and other social media platforms about the plaintiff. His suit comes after the defendant, Kevin Taylor, and his organization, Loud Silence, had on several occasions referred to the plaintiff as a murderer, drug dealer, and drug addict, thief, and green card fraudster. Well, but the court has thrown it out. They said, well, he can appeal the case, or the judgment in 60 days. But what do you think about all those things that is going on? It is all Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Bringing the time now to 12 0801. Let me announce the lines open because we've got about 29 minutes, because at 12:30 exactly we'll be having our money man Mr. Dan Tabiri joining us, where he's going to be bringing you the money hour. And today we are looking at the spring statement by the Chancellor of the Exchequer, okay, Rishi Sunak, this afternoon. So make a date. But still looking at some of the stories making the rounds in other parts of the continent, that's in Africa. Well, information coming through also says that a top court has ordered the suspension of sanctions imposed on Mali in January after the junta delayed election. The Court of the West African Economic and Monetary Union on Thursday gave the order against the 8-nation body sanction against Mali. The decision was rendered this morning. It is a suspension measure pending a detailed ruling of the court. Now, spokesperson Aminata Moj said it was not immediately clear whether the UEMOA would follow the court decision. Now, Malian authorities have repeatedly asked for the sanctions to be lifted and filed a legal complaint with the UEMOA court last month, saying they would have severe consequences for the population. Now, the UEMOA, that is the West Africa Economic and Monetary Union, that is the UEMOA, that's UEMOA, in January, had instructed all financial institutions under its umbrella to suspend Mali after the junta, decided to delay elections intended to restore democratic rule after the coup in 2020 and 2021. The measures were imposed in conjunction with sanctions by the 15-nation Economic Community of West African States, which froze Malian state assets closed its borders and suspended non-essential financial transaction. ECOWAS head of state are due to meet on Friday, that's today, in Ghana, to discuss the post-coup situation in Mali, Guinea, and Burkina Faso. Okay, this one coming away from Starr Radio, okay? It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. All right, then. Now let's move on straight to other stories. Angola on a mission to hunt for European investors. Well. The first ever EU-Angola Business Forum took place yesterday in Brussels with an objective of convincing European investors to bet on Angola. Yes, would that happen? Okay. And then Mali ex-Prime Minister Sumelu Bubiye Mega laid to rest. That's one of the stories making the round. Relatives, political allies gathered to bid farewell to former Malian Prime Minister who died on the 21st of March, age 67. Mega was laid to rest in the Bozola area. Okay, it is still Starr Radio UK. 4 minutes past the top of the hour. Let's take a commercial break, and once we come back, we'll become looking at the UK and other parts of the world as well. Well, if you are driving and you have your mobile phone and you go ting ting ting, now how can you be driving and be playing game on your phone? How feasible is that? How can you do that? I don't get it. I don't get how people can do that. But well, that's a story that's making the round, saying that some people have been doing that, and well, we'll be telling you more about that. It is Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African Yes. Your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Let's take a quick break and I'll be back with you. And as I said, exactly at 12:30 we'll be having our money man. And today we are looking at the Chancellor's statement, spring statement. Yes, how will it impact you? Well, we know we are in hard times. Well, some people are saying that those who are on benefits, those who are going to face the full rigors of the pain that is unleashed after all this tightening and high cost of living that we're going through at the moment. But just don't you go away. I'll be with you.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission-free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it, you're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR, S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clement, the author of How to Go from Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business, the show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Starr Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
This is Starr Radio UK.
Welcome back to the program. It is Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. 8 minutes past the top of the hour at the time. It is the Friday edition of the morning show. As I said, now feel free to call in if you have to or you want to. Or you can put your comments on our Facebook page and I promise you, I'm gonna read that for you. Okay then. But now let's move on. Let's move on to some of the stories making the rounds here in the UK. Now, top most of the story. I mean, was it the day before? No, last Wednesday, and then Frank sent me another a post pertaining to what they intend doing when it comes to speed cameras. You know, some of us when they drive, some people when they drive and they speed up, and when they get into where the speed cameras are, then they brake, and then then you can go through it the required speed. And after that, then you just. But now I said, well, you know, they're coming out with some different, some would say different cameras where those of us, those who like speeding, and then when you're getting there, you slow down. Now that camera can catch you. Yeah. So, well, they are introducing some more now. Mobile loophole for gaming drivers is closed. That is important. Let me bring that all to you. A loophole allowing drivers to escape punishment for handheld phone use if they are taking a photo or playing a game has closed in Great Britain. You know, interestingly, at times when I'm driving and I see some of the guys having their phones like that, yeah, and driving and all like that, and so I ask myself, what are they doing? Because you might not know. I remember back in the day, one time I was driving and then there was this. I just said I saw the police light just flash behind me, once. And then the car came close to me. And the guy did that. Why? Because I had my phone like that. So I was fortunate. To get away with that. But now, well, if you are doing so, I mean, people who try to drive and they try to at the same time, I mean, just imagine. It just takes just a second for an accident to happen. That's why they are going on that path, because you are driving the way that even now when you're getting to a junction, they said that you have to prioritize pedestrian. So if somebody want to cross, you have to make sure they are. So assuming a car is in front of you and it's a junction and somebody is trying to cross, or the person is trying to turn in and there's somebody crossing on that particular part, and therefore the person has to brake abruptly. Now, by the time you say jack, you would have crashed into it. You would have definitely crashed into it. But what do you think about that? It's all coming away from Starr Radio UK. It's your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Yes. Apologies. I think there was somebody would say a signal failure or an internet fluctuation there. But let's continue. It is Starr Radio UK. Stay with me. Don't leave me. I love you all to bits. 11 minutes past 12 the time. Now, so let's continue with our story. Now, so people can now be fined up to £1,000 and receive 6 points on their licenses for scrolling through playlists or taking pictures on a handheld device. So if you like driving and you've paired your phone with your car or your vehicle, let me put it that way, and then once you are driving, there's a particular tune that is playing. Maybe after that particular tune there is an advert, you want to scroll through it quickly to select the next song. If you do that, it is illegal. That's what it means. Okay. Now, the Transport Secretary Grant Sharp said the government was taking a zero-tolerance approach. Now, devices can still be used hands-free while driving if secured in a cradle. Well, I know my brother who will not do that. He has joined me. And let me say, massive good afternoon to you, Kojo.
Yeah, good afternoon, Archie.
How are you?
Frank Mason. I'm well.
Great.
Is Frank preparing for his program this afternoon?
No.
Oh, he hasn't got a program.
He hasn't got a program this afternoon. He's away. He's on a mission doing something this afternoon somewhere. Yeah.
That Roots of Africa program.
Yeah. Roots of Africa will resume. I think sometime in May.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Great.
So it's not around. They're just trying to sort a few things out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. Now let's quickly have a look at, because we are pressed with time already. Now this new law that has come into place when it pertaining to driving and having mobile phones, handheld phones. Now, what do you think about it?
Well, it does make a lot of sense. I mean, that they said do not drive and speak on a handheld phone, right? You can do it hands-free.
Yeah.
So why would somebody have a handheld phone and take pictures? I mean, it's the same situation. You're holding your phone up through the car window.
Yeah, taking pictures.
Taking a picture. Or you're holding your phone up and doing a text. Or you're holding your phone up and or playing games whilst you are driving.
How possible? How feasible is that? Driving and playing a game.
Look, I was on the motorway the other day. I think it was either Wednesday or so. In the morning, and this car was sort of driving in the fast lane. I mean, depending on which stretch of the motor. If you're on a fourth stretch, that would be the fourth lane. Stretch, that would be three. He was driving on the fast lane, and I was wondering, why was he driving around 50 miles an hour?
He was trying to concentrate on whatever he's typing or doing on the phone.
Exactly. So, and all the cars were piling behind him.
Oh my.
Yeah. And the cars in the other lanes, which are not supposed to be fast lane 1 and 2, were driving faster than him.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. So when I came by his side and drive past, I came and look at him. He was on the phone. He was probably doing a text message. He wasn't actually
on the motorway.
Yeah, he was doing a text message. And I said, that is really weird. So his attention, his eyes kept going on the phone. And from the phone to the road, from the phone to the road. And I drove so close and slowed down and stared at
him, so that he'll be conscious of what
somebody is looking at him.
Yeah.
And he turned and looked at my face, and the phone dropped into his lap.
You think this is a police officer? Undercover.
It dropped into his lap. But that is very unacceptable.
I've
seen it a number of times. People trying to send text messages. I mean, but it doesn't really make sense to me.
Because I say it all the time that it's just a split of a second. You can just hit someone, because you just take your eyes and then somebody's crossing, something is happening, someone is brake in front of you, and then boom,
you are inside the person. So I think it's a loophole that is worth closing down, and I think the people who are taking the liberties into their hands. I've seen people drive through on the motorway on accident scenes. They pull out their phone while they are driving and trying to
take a picture,
or do something likewise.
Yeah.
And while they take it, they are at the same time tweeting the image. So how can you do those whilst you are still in the process of where cars are driving so fast. So it turns out that when there's an accident on one stretch of the motorway, the opposite side tend to just grind to a slow pace because, how do we call it? Rubbernecking.
Yeah.
So people are slowing down and taking images.
Mm.
Previously, people just drive and watch
quickly,
driving.
and then
now people are taking images.
Oh gosh.
For what reason? To just put on
their social media platform.
Yeah, but so I think it's a great thing that loophole is closed. But that said, are there enough policemen even on our roads?
That's the big question. That is the big question.
There are no policemen on the roads. Look, I drive once or twice on the motorway in a week.
Yeah.
It's not very long journey. It's just between junction 6 and junction 11. That's just
five junctions,
really.
Yeah.
But within that short 5 junctions that I drive, it's just like a half an hour's drive.
Yeah.
I hardly see any policeman.
Kojo, you might not know. Maybe somebody's undercover, just driving, and you think that.
Look, the only people you see on those stretches of road are the motorway, highway.
Yeah.
They park because they are parking to see if there's an accident. They can radio in quickly, so they park at the vantage point. But I think for some people driving, here they see the, that color of car, they think it's a policeman that's behaving properly on the road.
Wow.
But you can see the same drivers in front of you speeding. And then they see that motorway vehicle, they slow down.
Yeah.
They think it's a police vehicle.
Yeah.
Very slow. So that's the issue. There are no policemen. On the roads. We're driving Croydon. How many times do we see policemen on any stretch of the road? So some people still will take, the liberty to do, although the penalties are so steep. £1,000.
Yeah, 6 points as well.
Yeah, somebody will say 6 points. Yeah, they can take it. Not 1,000.
Well.
Yeah. So I think the loophole has been plugged. But how far are the police going to enforce it? So that is a question that I will want answered. It's not enough plugging the loophole. There is no enforcement.
Yeah, there is.
Because we know that the police force is already reduced by 20,000. The Met alone. So if you do countrywide, then you can't. Tell that the police force across the country is reduced up around 25,000 or more.
Yeah.
So there won't be any enforcement. Though some people will fall victim, but a huge majority of the people won't. People who persistently do those things continue to do it.
Yeah. Okay, listeners, it is Starr Radio UK, Kojo Day in South London, who's joined us this afternoon. As usual, he will be bringing his take on issues that is making the rounds. Now, let's quickly look at this story in Ghana, which I touched on. We've got about another 10 minutes for the money man to come.
Yeah.
Now, I said if he was here in the UK, we'll call him the Chancellor of the Exchequer, but he's not the Chancellor, he's the Finance Minister. Now, the government cuts, where government is saying that this discretionary expenditure cut by 10%. You see some huge cut. Now 50% cut in fuel coupon allocation and complete moratorium on imported vehicles for a year. So they came up with some sort of measures to curb the expenditure of the state. So that I don't know whether that will make others comfortable or cushion others. Now, how do you see that whole budget statement there?
Well, those adjustments into the budget. Well, for a start, I think it looks that somebody is actually listening to people because there have been a call on all these V8 powered 4x4s. There have been a call on them that the government should reduce the purchase of these vehicles because they are in 3-figure sums. Yeah, when you want to buy it, they are $3 figure dollars. So that takes a huge chunk of the government budget. So I think for a start, if they're going to adhere to it is just not a promise, then somebody is listening and somebody is looking at. I think on this station we've already said that government should start cutting its expenditure.
Yeah.
So if they've been listening to what people are saying and they decided we're going to cut expenditure, I mean it's a great thing. Yeah. But somebody would say 50% isn't gone enough. It should probably have been a bit more than that. But I think it's still a start. And they could do better. We can't fault them for a complete freeze on imports and on foreign trips of government appointees. But the issue is that people have always called for them to reduce foreign trips by government appointees because the president goes on a trip to France. The number of government
his entourage, I mean,
that go with him is huge. So if they're going to cut down on that, would it mean that the president will also stop hiring?
Well, that wasn't stated there. That wasn't stated. Or maybe instead of maybe taking 20 trips in a year, he's going to now take 10 trips, but on that hired jet as well.
But that is why I brought in that. There was nothing at all mentioned about the hiring of the jet. Convey all these presidential staffers on a trip. Nothing at all was mentioned. So just freezing it. I just see that it's just going to be just a certain group of people who will not be going on these trips, and that could be down the parking order. That would not go on the trip. But after the parking order, they will probably still be going on the trips because they will still be signing and flying. Exactly. So I mean.
Some people were calling for the reduction in the number of government appointees. I mean, as well. Do you think? I mean, with this cut, does it compensate for that?
No, at the moment they can't even reduce it because, well, would I go home if I'm a government appointee and I'm told the next morning that you've lost your job? And how am I going to feed my family? I mean, we're talking about Ghana.
Yeah.
And we're talking about a country where you can't just say you've lost a job within the next 6 months. You get a job. You're probably not going to get a job any year. Or any soon. You could even be in your 50s, and Ghana, the retirement age is 60. They're now proposing 65. So if you are 55 and you lose your job, you probably
you are going on immediate pension.
So you're talking about these people. I don't think they're going to cut down them. I think what is radically going to change is when the government changes in 2024. So in 2024, there's probably going to be, if they decide to cut down government appointees, whether it's MPP or NDC, which goes back to power, it's a new government. So let's put it that way. They are probably going to say, we have cut down on the size of government appointees. But immediately, that's not going to happen. And it's not going to happen any soon. And so really, they're talking about MPs taking a pay cut. I've already had one MP, Murtala Mohammed, who have frankly said nobody should dare touch his way.
What? No, some of the MPs, what they're doing is that they go to their constituents and then they are undertaking projects for them. They are paying that for them. They are paying. So it's not like they are putting the monies in their pocket. But again, they have lots of allowances that comes with whatever they are being paid. So.
Well, he said he's the MP for Tamale Central. He said, look, not a dime should be taken from my salary.
But it's been announced, so he cannot do anything about that.
Yeah, so that's going to be a fight. But what is he going to do? Is he going to fight them? He's refusing to yield his wages. He's so hungry.
Why should his pay be cut when they are government appointees who should lose their job? That's what he's saying. So and you look at the 15 peso reduction in fuel. I think the 15p peso reduction. I just look at it. I said, did they wait for?
They were waiting for the Chancellor of Exchequer here. He says, "I'll give you 5p." They said, "Okay, we'll triple it. Now I'll give you 15p."
It didn't really make sense to me because over here we were talking about government should have rather stated a percentage.
Yeah.
So if government has said 1% or said 10%, people were hoping for something in the region of 10%, and that would have gone a long way. So if you're looking at 5p, what change has it made at the pump? Zero.
Yeah, zero.
Because you go to the pump, it's 167.9.
Yeah.
So how much is it going to go down?
Yesterday I went 170.7.
That's what I'm trying to say. It's just going to go 167.2.
Yeah.
There's no difference. So if you drive a small car the size of Polo, or the size of Polo even has slightly bigger engine. Let's say the size of a Fiesta. Which has,
okay.
Where the engine is slightly smaller than the Polo.
Yeah.
How much are you saving? Just a little.
If you feel like a tank, you save a pump.
Exactly. So what sense is in that? And I'm saying this to mirror exactly what is happening in Ghana.
Yeah.
15 pesos. That is nothing.
How much is a bowl of kinky?
I saw somebody say 3 cities.
Oh wow.
Or 2 cities. Or 150 depending on where you are. But in Accra mainly it's between 2 and 3 cities. I believe so. So how much will 15p go? That would not change the fair prices of the vehicle.
Yeah.
That won't.
It won't at all.
No, nothing at all. It won't change it.
So
So
the GPR2 are saying that they're not going to, if that's what they are giving them, they're not going to just change anything when it comes to their fares, because there are other bits that they need for their vehicles to move, and spare parts and other stuff. What about other oil that they need to, engine oil and other stuff that they need to be using? Well, okay.
So so still in Ghana, finishing on Ghana. The slash of that 30%, which somebody has already objected to. Is Parliament going to go ahead and pass the law?
If the budget is voted into they have no choice. They'll have to accept it. Yeah.
So cut for fuel coupons by 50%. How many people get fuel coupons anyway?
Wow.
A whole lot of the government appointees all get fuel coupons. All of them. All including MPs, the executives, the judges, and all part of the government. So, what are they going to? Well, some of them get a fuel coupons, and I can honestly tell you, a lot of them will end up not using it.
They selling it, maybe giving to their girlfriend, selling it, or doing all that coming with it.
No, they probably up and go and exchange it for money because they probably allocate maybe, let's make an assumption of £100 fuel coupon to them.
Oh,
okay. 100 cities, sorry. Yeah.
Okay.
Equivalent. No, I'm just making it.
Yeah.
It could be about 2,000 cities.
Yeah.
A month.
Most
of them will use probably 1,000 cities a month. And they will still have coupons of 1,000 cities.
Yeah.
Which they will humbly go and exchange.
Of course.
So even this reduction will not make any huge difference.
Oh my.
And some of them will still find a way around it because they will end up using their vehicles and they'll go back and ask for per diem.
Yeah.
For fuel they use in their vehicles on official duty. Yeah. So they'll still find a way around it.
It's sad.
Well, we just hope, like I'm saying, we hope this is a good step forward and it will help
the nation cut down on huge government expenditure. But I don't think most people in opposition and NDC believe it anyway that any huge thing is going to happen. But it has to. I mean, because the country cannot go the way it's going. The country is completely sort of broke. Put it that way. So something really has to change.
Well, listen to Star Radio UK. Let me say good afternoon to Riya Chaudhry. I think you posted that thing, whatever, it's in Punjab or something. I can't read that one. if you have put it in English, I would have been able to read that. But good afternoon to you. Kojo, now, finally, before we have Mr. Tabiri on, Black Stars versus Green Eagles. What do you reckon?
All-time rival.
Yes.
I don't want to chance anything, but if I look at the previous statistics, as they say, the Black Stars have had a bit of an edge over the Green Eagles. So just going by the statistics, and again, looking at home advantage, I should expect that Ghana should win on that basis. And one of the reasons why they're probably going off to Kumasi, they have a huge support base in Kumasi. And it's been said that anytime they played in Kumasi, they always won. So just going by that statistics, Ghana has won more matches against Nigeria. They have a home advantage in Kumasi. And Kumasi fans, and they said they have luck on the pitch. In the is it Baba Yara
Sports Stadium?
So going by those statistics, well, Ghana stands a better chance of winning, but it will be a narrow win.
Okay. Well, we'll be talking about it on Monday. We'll see what happens. But yes, this evening at 7:30 they will kick off that match in Ghana. Okay, Kojo, before you go.
Well, I'm eager to hear how the money man can save me money. Because I need lots of And to all our wonderful listeners and all those who follow us on all the social media platforms, have a lovely, sunny weekend.
Yeah, and you know that the clock goes forward this weekend.
Yeah. So catch everybody up sometime next week, and let's say hi and let's allow the money man to make us money.
Okay. Kojo, thank you very much. We'll catch up after the show. Yeah. All right then.
Sure,
right. Sure. Okay. Bye for now. Well, listeners, it is Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. That was Kojo D for you. We should be having our money man joining us in the next few moments. But now let's take a quick break whilst we wait for our money man to come through. A quick commercial break and we'll have our money man on. He's getting himself geared up.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission-free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clement, the author of How to Go from Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business. The show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Star Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and intact? You are not sure? Well, Lamb Shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of a prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination intact. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820, or you can visit our website www.welllamp.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamp@gmail.com. Well Lamp Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy. Welcome back to the program. It is Star Radio UK. The time now is 23 minutes to the top of the hour. That is 23 minutes to the end of the program. But it's now time for the money hour. We got the money man himself, Mr. Dan Tabiri, CEO of GIL Accountancy Services, in the on air at the moment from his base. So we're going to go back to him today. We're looking at the spring statement that was made by the Chancellor of the Exchequer, how it will impact you. Is it negatively or is it positively? But well, he's going to be helping you on that front. And let me say, Mr. Tabiri, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon to you, Archie. It's wonderful coming your way again this week.
Yes, how are you doing, sir?
Very well. I'm doing very well. Thank you.
Yeah, great. I know we are pressed with time, so we'll crack on. Now, Kojo, whilst he was on air, was saying that when he was waiting for the money man to help alleviate the pain or to cushion the financial that we are going through at the moment. But in the whole, how did you see the Chancellor's budget statement, the spring statement? Let me put it that way.
Well, I think the general perception really is that people expected a bit more. So the Chancellor has done, given some relief, but given the size of the hardships and the increase in living costs, I believe people expected the Chancellor to do a bit more. And if you've heard the news or the noise coming from the bank benches, they are not very happy because they believe that it's going to affect them negatively at the polls. So they expected the Chancellor to give a little bit more. So that's the general perception. In terms of some of the cuts that have actually happened, if you look at it critically, especially with the tax, not so much the tax, but the national insurance, the raising of the threshold, which we will look at shortly, that is quite a very, very significant amount because that was unexpected. I mean, trying to lift it up to the levels that he had.
Well, listeners, interesting times ahead. But when you listen to this program, it throws more light, educates you, and you know what next step to take. And I say that it puts money in your pocket. And we have our money man, Mr. Dan Tabiri, CEO of GIL Accountancy Services. And if you have any issue at all pertaining to your accounting, whether you are self-employed, you have got a business, whatever it is, please make sure you get in touch with him. He will help you on that front. All that you have to say, Star Radio UK, I'm going to be giving you a code pretty soon that you contact him. You just give me, you get a rebate on the charge there as well. So make sure you do so. All right then. Now let's come back to Mr. Tabiri. So over to you, the budget statement.
Right. Okay. So I'll just give a summary of basically what the Chancellor said to us. He started off by giving us first a state of the economy and public finances, given all that is happening around the world at the moment and where we are. So the UK economy is forecast to grow by 3.8% this year. This represents a sharp cut from the previous prediction of 6%. So at the start of the last financial year, it was predicted that the UK economy coming out of the pandemic will be looking at a growth rate of about 6%.
Okay.
But given what's been happening around, that prediction has been cut and is now expected forecast to grow by 3.8%.
Okay.
Annual inflation rate was 6.22% in February, and this is likely to average about 7.4% for the rest of the year.
Okay.
So we're looking actually at a peak of around 8.7% in the final quarter of 2022, which would coincide with the review of the energy cap, which is expected to hit in October.
Yeah.
So if that energy cap is expected to rise, even if it stays at that same level, we expect that inflation would increase as a result of the high costs that are about to hit. He also indicated that unemployment rate coming out from the pandemic is now predicted to be lower over the next few years than in the previous forecast in October. So it means that a lot more people are into employment now, and especially if you speak to people in the care and care services sector, they actually need a lot more people. If you speak to the farmers, they have a deficit in terms of people, doing the jobs that are available. So we have more employment opportunities in the UK as we stand today.
Yeah.
And therefore unemployment rate has gone down. The government also indicated that it's forecast to spend about £83 billion on debt interest in the next financial year, which has been the highest on record. So far, £83 billion in interest alone on the UK debt. That is what is going to be paid out. The Chancellor also spoke about fuel, energy, and the living costs, and made some concessions. As we know, fuel duty will be cut by 5p per litre, which took effect from last Wednesday, 5 p.m. From that point onwards, he cut 5p per litre. If you take the VAT on top of that into account, then you're looking at overall it's a 6p per litre reduction in our fuel, and we should start to see that now coming to the pump. I don't know whether it's reflecting or people are seeing any change in this.
Yesterday I went to the pump. I don't think I saw any reflection.
Yeah, so the prices are so high that even when they come down, we don't even notice it because it varies a lot. And the 5p it's very small. It doesn't make any dent at all. Because I think diesel is around the 178 8 mark, and fuel is also hovering around the 158 159 mark. So really, a 5p cut, we expected a bit more, but the Chancellor seems to think that he's done a lot to save living costs. And then so this is expected. This is not permanent. This is expected to last until March 2023, and it will be reviewed again at that point. So we don't know what he's going to do then. If the situation in Ukraine worsens, then something else would have to be done.
Okay.
And then he also spoke about homeowners installing energy efficiency materials in their homes. So if you install solar panels, heat pumps, or insulation, then you see VAT cut on these items from 5% to 0 for the next 5 years.
Okay.
So no VAT on installing energy efficiency products in your home. And then he also announced that local authorities will get another £500 million for the household support fund from April onward. This, in effect, creates a £1 billion fund to help vulnerable households with rising living costs. So these funds are available through the local councils, the local government authorities, and they can access these funds so that they can provide support for living expenses for the vulnerable in our community. So if anybody is struggling financially, you need support with your heating, with your household bills, then you'd have to look at speak to your council to see whether you can access any support through this household support fund.
So that with that, it doesn't matter if you are working or not, is it?
It doesn't matter, no. Okay. So it will be based on assessed. You'll be assessed based on obviously your income if you are working, and if they will take into consideration your income and your living expenses, and if you have any gaps or you need any support, then I'm sure you'll be considered. But it will be based on, it will be assessed on needs basis only.
Okay.
Yeah, and also it's expected or forecast that energy bills will rise by 40% again in October when the wholesale gas prices, the cap is expected to be revised.
Yeah,
and it's only expected to be revised upwards. We are hoping that it stays the same, but even then, we're still expecting some more increase in cost to come through on our energy bills. And then lastly, he spoke about he made some taxation measures. So we know that the national insurance threshold, which was about £9,800, has now been lifted up to £12,570, and this takes effect from July.
Okay.
So we know that the level at which people start to pay tax is £12,570. The national insurance threshold has always been lower than the tax amount.
Okay.
But the threshold has now been lifted in line with the tax threshold, therefore giving lower income earners a bit more money into their pocket. So you won't pay any national insurance until your earnings hit the threshold of £12,570.
Okay.
Effectively giving us another £3,000 in our pocket through the our pay slips.
Wow.
And then the Chancellor also went on to pledge a cut in income tax rate from 20p in a pound to 19p in the pound before the end of the Parliament.
Yeah.
So this is expected to take effect in 2024, and really this has really been seen as a move to appease the backbenchers.
Yeah.
Because this is all targeted at the next election. So where people are paying tax at 20%, it's been reduced to 19%, and this is expected to start in 2024.
Okay. Well,
another significant increase or tax measure which the Chancellor took was to increase the relief to small businesses in respect of national insurance payments. So far, businesses have an employment allowance of £4,000. So if you employ somebody, unless your employer's national insurance bill goes over £4,000, you do not pay any national insurance at all.
Oh, okay.
This has been lifted to £5,000.
Okay, £1,000
from April this year.
Okay.
And this is going to be a significant benefit, a significant help to small businesses, and push a lot more people. A lot more businesses will be able to employ more people as a result of this. Yeah. So that's basically a summary of what the Chancellor gave us.
Okay.
As to what it actually means for your pocket, like we always say, whatever the Chancellor throws out, you have to also manage your own household budget based on what is available. You need to manage your finances at home. You need to be able to look at cutting some costs if you need to, and look to speak to people who can help you access any funding that is available and being put out there at the moment.
Wow, listeners, Mr. Dan Tabiri, CEO of GIL Accountancy Services, our money man, are putting some money in your pocket by just going through the Chancellor's spring statement. But Mr. Tabiri, was there any mention of a reduction charge in business rates, a reduction in business rates for businesses? Was there anything of the sort?
No, that was one of the things that people were expecting the Chancellor to help businesses, because business rates is such a huge cost to small businesses, especially if you're on the high street, where a lot of businesses have moved online now.
Yeah.
Footfalls on the high street is not the same as what it was before.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah.
With the presence on the high street are really, really struggling. But nothing in terms of business rates were announced in this spring budget.
Okay.
Nothing at all.
Nothing at all. Wow. Listeners, well, that is for your information. But it is Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Now, those people who are on benefits, now, was there anything also said for them or thrown in there, listen, for them as well?
So, benefits are not expected to change at all. From what the Chancellor presented, benefits are not expected to change. But it's expected that, the 1 billion fund, household support fund, would be an additional fund where people who are on, housing benefits, living cost benefits, and all that can access. So these people will fall for the benefit package that they have at the moment, where it might not be enough, then they can fall on the household support fund. So it's important. This is being done all at the discretion of councils, or the local council. So you would have to really speak to your council, your local council, see what they can do to help. But in terms of the universal tax credit, there has been no change at all in those respects.
Okay. No change in the universal tax credit. So if that is what you are on, you have to contact your council. Okay. But if you want to know more about the household budget, now, if you go to our Facebook page or any of our social media platform, the Starr Radio UK one, just type on it the Friday edition of the morning show, yes, and you will see Mr. Dan Tabiri pop up and the discussions that we had on that, because that is very, very important. If you are able to manage what you have, then some way, somehow, the pinch, though you will feel it, but it's manageable, rather than just throwing things out of the window and then as and when you're going, things knocks you down because you didn't plan very, very well. But it's all Starr Radio UK. We're going to be running up our conversation pretty soon. But Mr. Tabiri, what more do you have for us, sir?
Yeah, so a few incentives were thrown into businesses. He did also announce some changes to research and development tax credit, saying the generosity of reliefs for business investments will be increased to boost UK productivity. As you know, research and development is very, very important for the developing world and the UK economy. So for any new business or any existing business, if you spend anything on research and development, so anything that brings about what we call new innovation or new ideas, or any study, whether it turns out to be productive or commercial invention or not, so long as you spend money in any of those areas, the government actually gives you a tax credit. So the government gives you 230% of what you've already spent.
Oh wow!
Wow. So this is available, and this is something that is lacking back home in our continent, on the African continent, where the government doesn't invest in research and development, which, because they understand that once you encourage people to become innovative and be able to create things, it creates employment, it creates products which can be exported for more money and it boosts the economy generally. Unfortunately, our people back home, they don't invest in research and development. We rather invest in the large V8 vehicles and what have you. You know, it's very sad indeed. But these are the kind of things that the developed economies use to build their various industries and various income streams that they have.
Wow. Kofi would say that we are lacking behind. We are so not independent because we've not actually manufactured anything. We are still where we are.
And we are all importing from the people who are investing in research and development.
Well, listen to Starr Radio UK. Any more, sir?
That's about it. We don't know whether the Chancellor will come back with any revisions, because at the moment the backbenchers are putting pressure to do a bit more. So our ears are always on the ground, listening to any changes, any updates, and which we will bring to our listeners on Starr Radio. If you have any concerns or need any help in regards to the budget statement, the spring statement, and any funds that is available that you could access, any questions that you have, you can direct them to me on 079 6124 8834, 079 6124 8834, or you can reach me on my email at dan@gilaccountants.com.
Okay, Mr. Tabiri, let me say a massive thank you for visiting this topic, which I know is troubling lots of people, but I know with your advice, and as he said, if you want a further clarification on what we've discussed so far, please get in touch with him and he will help you on that front. Mr. Tabiri, let me say thank you very much for once again appearing on the show.
Thank you very much, and it's been a pleasure speaking to you.
All right, then. Have a lovely weekend, and we'll catch up just after the show.
Definitely.
All right, then. Okay. Well, listeners, that has been Mr. Dan Tabiri, CEO of GIL Accountancy Services, our money man, who threw more light on what the Chancellor of the Exchequer said last Wednesday in his spring statement. How is it benefiting you? How is it going to impact you? Negatively, positive? What? Name it. How do you think? But well, if you want more information, go to our Facebook page or our social media platform where all this broadcast has been, and you can have all that discussions there. Go back, re-listen to it, and get in touch with him if you have any issues pertaining to your accounting. Whether you are self-employed, whether you got a small business, you got a huge business, whichever it is, get in touch with him. He will help you on that front. So on that note, let me say thank you very much to each and every one of you who tuned in today to listen to us. Those of you who were on our social media platform, those of you who were on other on our apps listening to us from there, and those of you who are on other apps listening to us from there, we want to say thank you for a wonderful time with you. Again, this evening, we're going to bring you, and if you say Kojo, okay, brother Yinka Ajibola, brother Yinka Ajibola, thank you very much, and love you as well. Yes, you were on the the YouTube channel as well. We want to say thank you to each and every one of you. Now, you know what? The clocks go forward this weekend. Okay, so make sure that you're not late for any of your appointments. Those of you who will be going to churches, make sure. But remember, the women, it is Mothering Sunday, come this Sunday, and therefore, what are you doing for your mom? What are you doing for your wife? What are you doing for your sister? The little ones, you are not part of it, yeah? You are still kids. Okay, so on that note, I say to all the mothers, happy Mother's Day. And remember, Starr Radio UK will be bringing you a live broadcast on Sunday from Bible Life Family Ministries. And then it will be followed in the afternoon by the Faith Talk with KB Bossman. But this afternoon, lots of music going to be coming your way. Don't you go away. Still stay with us, Starr Radio UK. And that is why I bring the program to a close. And I say bye-bye for now. But let me bring you a song that I think will sum up the problem that is going on across the globe. Well, fix the country. You gotta fix yourself. What about that? Bye-bye from now. When that song ends, you don't hear from me. It's me, Archie. Bye.
Hungry man say fix the country. Belleful say fix yourself. Who really needs fixing? Now how? Him. Yeah. Come on. Country hot. Country hot. Plenty no get what to eat. Even picking they feel the heat. So we ought to pray for change. Gala. Country hot. Country tough. Everybody feel the heat. Even picking they feel the heat. So we ought to pray for change. We say fix the country. They say fix yourself. We say fix the country. We say fix yourself. Yeah. Tell me who and you and me be the country. Fix yourself. I agree. We say fix the country. They say fix yourself. Yeah. They say fix the country. We say fix yourself. No. Tell me who. Tell me me. Tell me you be the country. Fix yourself. I agree. Water plenty, mumu be thirsty. Water plenty, mumu be thirsty. And we get to go to plenty cocoa, but we still they borrow they go to get a job. It be whom you know. We live like crabs in a barrel. Shayo, rupa beshi and low. Hey, we say fix the country. They say fix yourself. Yeah. They say fix the country. No. Hey, tell me who, tell me me, tell me you be the country. Fix yourself. I said now you great. We say fix the country. You say fix yourself. Yeah. They say fix the country. We say fix yourself. Hey, tell me who, tell me me, tell me you be the country. Fix yourself. I agree. Your minimum wage be hand to mouth. The government know the pay for months. From the same pay, Peking go chop. The fees go come. Yari be ball. And civil servants stand magicians. Building mansions after few years. Who cares about the coffers? And each man living